Welcome back to the Faith and Work Hour with yours truly, Anthony Knight.
Christopher White.
And we got a story here that's very disturbing. To me, it's disturbing because it kind of shows you the mindset of some white people, not all white people, but some white people that's built on hate and they build on, they love the racial divide. And it's a story that happened in Jacksonville, Florida. It says white man fatally shoots three black people at a Florida store in a hate crime, then kills himself. I just really don't know what this deal is about. It said a masked white man fatally shot three black people inside a Jacksonville, Florida Dollar General store in a predominantly African American neighborhood on Saturday. So basically, that right there tells me that's what he came there with that intention.
Yes, sir.
Because it was a predominantly a black neighborhood. In the attack, where he used a gun painted with a swastika. We know what that is. That's just like the Confederate flag, basically. Official says the shooter, who had also posted racist writing, then killed himself. Jacksonville Sheriff T.F.W.H told a news conference that the attack that left 2 men and 1 woman dead was definitely racially motivated. He hated black people, Waters said after reviewing the man's writing, which were sent to federal law enforcement officials and at least one media outlet shortly before the attack. He added that the gunman acted alone and there is absolutely no evidence the shooter is part of any larger group. Waters said the shooter, who was in his 20s, used a Glock handgun and a AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, with at least one of them painted with a swastika. He was wearing a bullet-resistant vest. So he already knew. He came there.
And I thought wearing bullet-resistant against the law.
Where did he get it from? The better question is. He said,
if I'm wrong, now correct me.
I'm gonna have to redo some research on it, but I didn't think you could have one. I thought police is the only one that have one.
Right.
It's something that needs to be talked about. He said the shooter had once been involved in a 2016 domestic violence incident and was once involuntarily committed to a mental hospital for examination. He did not provide further details on those incidents. All right, here we go again. And I get these so-called patriots. There's no racism in the United States. Did somebody forget to tell this gentleman that? Because they said with his writing, this was racially motivated. Yeah. He said he hated black people. Where do you get this hate from? Yeah. You weren't born with it. You was taught it. At some point, you picked this up. Now, I don't know, they didn't talk about this guy's parents, but he came to a predominantly black neighborhood with a Dollar General, and that was his intentions to kill.
Just for the record, they did speak about his parents.
Okay, what did they say about it?
Do a search at his home and everything, but said that he had sent his dad a text message to check his computer. And so it says that when the family checked the computer, that they called 911. But the shooting was already in progress, hadn't already happened by then.
Okay, so then by that information that we just received, we know his parents didn't raise him that way.
But it came from somewhere.
It came from somewhere. But what did this hate? And you was telling me earlier that it was on the 5th anniversary of another shooting.
Yes, sir, in Jacksonville, the same thing.
So this like a copycat league. Yeah.
And and they say, well, we don't know if he's part of a bigger, larger group, but you don't have to have that group in your city.
That's right.
For me to be a part of it.
That's true.
Now, he leave a message, he got a computer. And it's everywhere, social media. And I mean, even my son has a tablet now. Guess what? Every now and then I sit over there by him and monitor what he watches. Because even now, they got a Baby Shark that was for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Shark got some good words for you. So, monitor, so it's on the media. So just because that particular group is not in your city or in your area does not mean that they can't be a part of social media.
And to answer my question, it was the next paragraph. So the sheriff said the gunman had left behind in his writing evidence that leads investigators to believe that he committed the shooting because it was the 5th anniversary of when another gunman opened fire during a video game tournament. So, in Jacksonville, Florida, killing 2 people before fatally shooting himself. So he basically did the exact same thing that somebody else did. What drives, you know what? Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. What is wrong with some of these white people? I'm just gonna say it. I got a lot of white friends that are disgusted with this article. They don't like this. Yeah. What happened for you to hate somebody this much? And before he went to Dollar General, he went to a historical black college and got turned around because what he said, didn't have no ideas, no identification or something. He didn't have, right? Okay. What causes? And we only see this with racist white people. We don't see this with black people. I know I'm gonna say it. It's these 5 to 10% that do not like black people for some unearthly reason I cannot figure out. What draws that kind of hate in you?
Could it be that they found out that one of the head claimants was one of the biggest contributors to somebody's campaign?
It's possible. What's surprising? Now, nothing they do surprises me.
But now did you know that?
No.
One of the head Ku Klux Klan actually was one of the biggest contributors to somebody's campaign.
Probably Republicans somewhere. It's always a Republican that's doing it.
So
What, Trump? I'm gonna say it. When his dad a Ku Klux Klan, a head Ku Klux Klan?
He was some.
From what I was told. Now that don't mean that he has to be like that.
But motivation, man, that we can feel. Man, do you ever be in a store and you know how the store kind of be bunched up together?
Mm-hmm.
People have lost so much respect for each other that when they need to walk through or get by, they won't say
excuse you. No,
sir. They will knock stuff down off the shelf.
Yeah.
Just to, excuse me.
Yeah. I'm dealing with that.
And you just think about it. So it's being taught from one generation and just keep being taught over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, but if your parents didn't teach you this, where did you pick it up at? Somebody taught you something.
Well, the old saying said that if you won't teach them at home, then that's what the streets will teach them now. You ain't gonna always like the way the streets teach. Well, I don't think you're gonna never like the way the streets teach you.
I don't always think, and then they put too much on parents, that parents teach these people this.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's parents all the time.
No.
I think it's the society that some of the group they hang with. Because you can go with the wrong group and be influenced by them. See, I'm 48 years old. You ain't gonna influence me on nothing at this point. What my mama taught me is still in me. That ain't gonna go anywhere.
Yes, sir.
But if you if you easily to be influenced, you're easily to be manipulated also. So you can be manipulated to dislike a certain group.
Now, here's the funny thing about parents.
Mm-hmm.
The law for parents is so jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, by law, you can be held up responsible for your child until they are 19 years old.
Yeah.
You can't tell them what to do, but if they do anything, you can be held responsible for them. But guess what? At the age of 14, a child has to go to the doctor. Something wrong. That doctor cannot tell you what's wrong unless they had the consent of that child. But I'm responsible for you. I got to pay that bill.
But I need their consent.
I need that consent.
And they need to pay it.
So, you know, and that's just how it keeps going on and on. But as your parent, I don't know, me as a parent, okay, a lot of people say I was mean, and I was strict. Mm-hmm. If I told you something to do something, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what it's.
And I do believe in what the Bible says. Hey, spoil the child.
But that's what my mama taught me when I was coming up. When she said do something, you didn't ask why. But see, now they'll ask you.
We got to have a conversation.
We got to have a conversation. Why I got to do this? Why I got to do that? I would have never got through the first sentence. Why? That was it. I would have never got no farther than that. But I done seen them sit there and say, I don't think it makes any sense. Why do I need to do this? I'm like, I would have never got to that second sentence.
My son tried that. You know what my word is? Because I said so.
That's it.
Period. End of discussion. What else you want? Anything else? Other than that, let's go, buddy.
Well, they want to be, and I know I'm gonna catch some heat on this. They want to be their friends. My mama told me earlier, she said, I'm your parent, I ain't your friend. I'm not gonna hang out with you. Now, it's different than have a friendly relationship, but I'm not gonna go out to the club with you now.
I hear that so many times. Mm-hmm. You know, say, I want to be their friend. But me and you friends. Mm-hmm. If me and you have a conversation, what one thing we're going to tell each other the truth.
That's it.
Right. Because we know that we be truthful with each other. Yeah. We will tell the truth. If I'm your friend, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you the truth.
Whether you want it or not.
Now, if we got a friendly relationship, you know, but a true friend, I'm going to tell you, whether you know, I might hurt your feelings and I might have to apologize, but guess what? You need to hear the truth.
I just think a parent needs to be a parent. See, what happens is, when you're a friend to them, they're going to treat you like one at some point. Like cussing, for instance. Yeah. If I'd have cussed in front of my mama, there's a good chance I wouldn't be here right now. Yeah. The possibilities are 100%. But now these parents, they treat their kids like that. They cuss them now. See, a cousin of mine, her little daughter cussed her and she thought it was funny. She got a little bigger, she cussed at her directly. Wasn't funny then. But you allowed that to go on from the start.
You know, I got a story for that one too.
Oh yeah, you got a story for that?
One of my friends grew up and he had told me that he had said son of a biscuit.
That's too close. It's too close. It's too close.
So we was at home and we was out there helping my daddy clean up the yard and everything. And I messed around and said son of a biscuit. And the boy, what you say?
Yeah, all right.
You know, I hurried up and gave an answer.
I had to.
Because guess what? There's a consequence behind the thing.
Very much. Very much.
You know, but for this young man, you know, racially and so the sheriff said that that's not going to be tolerated in the city. They're not going to put up with it. They're going to deal with it. What's wrong with him? That, you know, that move. So he has to be getting it from somewhere. The parents saying that they don't, you know, when they saw the message, they dialed 911 with the shooting. So where if he's not related to some type of organization or group, so where did it come from? Is it Houdini?
I got a question. They said when they read the computer, what did they read?
It doesn't say.
Did they read that he was going to commit a crime and they turned it in?
But another thing that is, he's been signed into a mental institution to be checked out. Yeah. You know, so what were the results of the mental part? Did he need to be on the street?
No.
There was a story years ago that this woman brother was signed into a mental institution. Okay, and he stayed there for a little while. He got out. As soon as he got out, he killed someone. And they ended up suing the mental institution.
because they let him out knowing he wasn't
letting out
capable.
knowing. Some people, are, just ain't meant for society to hate that they be that way.
Yeah.
But we don't know what caused that trauma or whatever the case may be, whatever it is that some people can't deal with being in society.
I wonder if they said they did a mental evaluation on them, they let them out again. What was the results? And if the results were negative and you let them out, can't they get the same lawsuit put against them?
Why? Let them out.
Because he was white? I'm gonna say it. Nobody wants to say it. That's bottom line.
But they say it don't exist.
They lied.
Who?
Whoever said that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna say that they lied. Look, the one thing I don't like is I know you are not. You weren't raised up to be to discriminate anybody in the color. Now, I wasn't raised that way either. The problem is people don't want to tell the truth about the situation.
Yes, sir.
The truth about the situation is, and now let me retract something. They didn't let him out because he was white. They let him out because they don't give a dog.
Yes.
Let's just call it like we said, black, white. They think that if you say one or two things that's right, you're good enough to be let out.
But the sad part is that racism never went nowhere.
Oh no!
In the era that way back over yonder somewhere, across the river, wherever it started from, it been minor changes, but it still exists. And
you know why it exists more? Because Trump people. I'm gonna say it like this: Trump gave everybody the right to be who they were, and they're not hiding it anymore. That's fact. Think about this. Ever since Trump was in office, or he ran for office, more of these hate crimes have come up because they feel comfortable because they got somebody in there that thinks like they think.
Well, when Trump was running, now one thing I don't think people really paid attention. Trump said one comment. He said, "I will say what you are scared to say."
That's right.
Because I am the Trump.
That's
now, when he said that, I was like, they ain't been
doing that with himself.
When I tell you, look, I'm whatever I'm gonna say, whatever I feel from my gut, my head, my big toe, pinky toe, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say it whether you like it or you don't like it.
But let me tell y'all something. Now. Don't let him be no role model to you now. Because we done seen incidents when these people tried that. It didn't work out like they thought it was going to work out.
It didn't turn out too good.
It didn't turn out too good.
Look, you got chair bashing. And,
got chair bashing. You got the guy in the convenience store that got hit with a bag of something, a bottle, because he disrespected, called a black man out of his name. Mm-hmm. And we see more of these incidents since he's been in office. More of these. This is what they tell. Well, Trump is not a racist. Well, he has racial tendencies.
Well, when George Floyd.
Yeah.
When Trump didn't even make a press conference.
No.
Never said nothing about it.
You know why? Because they had some.
I know. See, I'm gonna say that he didn't care.
Well, that's it. And when you got this what throws me off. For the love of me, and I hate to go to this direction.
You sure you want to say for the love of me? You sure you want to take it that deep now?
Yeah, I'm taking it if I got to. For the love of me, I don't understand. I don't care if you black, white, purple, green, silver, green. You can be whatever color. You can be an alien for all I care. Why are you voting for somebody who does not have your best interest at heart? You voting against your interest. If you need any kind of government assistance, he's trying to take them from you. If you need any kind of what they've been trying to get they've been trying to get rid of Social Security. You are pulling for somebody who's trying to get rid of all these benefits you need. I understand the devil took 1/3 of the angels from heaven. I understand that.
He's taking the other one.
He's taking the rest of them.
I ain't gonna say angels.
They ain't angels.
No,
well, they are.
He's taking something.
But and I asked you, I said, what could he have said to make me leave paradise? What could you have presented to me to make me leave? And then I look at Trump. What can anybody convince me to go to jail for you? Ain't nothing you can do to make me go to jail for you.
Man, when he had his show, The Apprentice.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that show, The Apprentice. I was like, ain't no way in the world I can go over there.
No, not so.
Because guess what he would do? He would say what
he
wanted to say. He didn't care.
I go on it.
So now,
but they're gonna have security guards around him. Cause I'm jumping the table at some point. At some point, I'm gonna jump the table. I gotta flip the table.
But that's what all it takes is somebody. Most people, all it takes is something to give them motivation.
They got it.
All it takes something is to give them a move, whether it be idiotic,
racism,
and that's one thing that the sheriff did say. This idiocy, we're not going to deal with it here.
That's right.
In this city.
But you know the problem with that? Your governor does. Ron DeSantis. The same one that's trying to take black history out of schools. This is the same clown.
So now, are you trying to say that the sheriff is blowing hot air?
No, the sheriff is legit.
Wait. Or they're going to see action behind his word. Because I can say some words now.
Yeah.
But now, some action. You can tell me you love me all day, but now put some action behind your words. Put some action. Show me that you love me.
Here's the problem with that. The sheriff can say what he wants. The governor has the last say. He governs that whole state.
So he can't. But he can't. The sheriff has a county.
That's it.
So he can make sure that his officer.
That's right.
His deputy, though, whatever they want to call it, he can make sure that they're treating people right. I can't change the world till I change it right here at home.
That's right.
Once I change it here at home, I can change. I can make it go abroad. So this sheriff said that he's not going to tolerate this. So guess what? If it comes up to a time that your deputies do something out of hand, what's Joe Madison's famous words?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do about it?
The thing is, what happens when you got a governor and you got the sheriff deputies that follows the same mentality that the governor follows and knowing the governor's backing you? The sheriff can say what he likes.
Right.
He can fire him.
Well, guess what?
They just go somewhere else and get a job.
One thing, when you truly believe something is right and you know something is wrong and you truly going to stand up for what's right, whatever happens for me to stand right, that's what I'm going to do.
That's right.
Now, I ain't going to say a whole lot of people do that because money, my figures, and all these other things that can, benefit me. But if you're going to stand up for something right, you got to stand up for it. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, they said that they had a conversation in a room one day. Nobody said they knew exactly what was said in the room. Yeah. But he said that we have their goals were the same, but our methods
are different.
That's right.
One of them was nonviolence, one of them was any means necessary.
By any means necessary. So guess what? Any means necessary, I'm going to stand up for right.
That's it. The thing I look at it is, and I'm finna talk to y'all racist white people.
You sure you can talk to him, man?
No, I can't talk to him. I'm gonna talk Adam. I'm gonna talk Adam.
Okay. But now hopefully we can talk to him. And then
no, you can't talk to him. There's no talking. You right there. Look, you don't see black people doing this garbage. You don't see black people going in a predominantly white neighborhood trying to kill anybody. Because the black society has always been a loving society. With the exception of a few.
Yeah,
there's always the exception of a few now. Candace on
sometimes not Candace, but we just can't stop the racism between the white and the black.
No.
Because it's racism just in between, just because we are from a different area, we in the same town, but you stay over here, and I stay over here, but now we have a racism because of, racism extends in so many ways.
That's right.
So it's not just need to stop between white and black, but black and black. We have racism just because we're a little different.
Yeah.
Just because we 500 feet farther than you,
or you got a bigger house, or
You
you got a better car.
You know, but the racism that's taking lives, is one of the majors that matter in so many ways.
The one thing that I say, Mr. White, is that you hardly ever hear about a black people committing a hate crime.
Right, that's true. That's true now. That's true.
Now, what they need to do is stop committing crimes against each other. I will say that too. But it's not a hate crime. See, when you do something against another race and clearly say he hated black people, I might dislike you.
Right.
But not to the point where I want to do anything to you.
Right.
But the saying goes, the only time things are going to change is when people who are not affected by it or as outraged as the ones that are.
Yes, sir.
So the white people who are the good wholesome white people, just like we got good wholesome black people, and they do talk against it. But like Joe Madison said, what are you gonna do? What is you doing besides talking? Are you doing any action? Are you going out? Look, we all have to live here.
Yes.
Why not be here together in peace?
Well, they try to tell us to go back home.
Yeah,
this is my home.
And
because now we allow so many things we just throw on us.
Yeah.
And, I remember on application it used to say Negro.
Yeah.
Then it went from I think Hispanic, not black or something.
African
and
American.
now it went from African American.
Just put black in there all day.
Only thing I know is I was born in America.
That's it.
I thought it was wherever you were born, and that's what gave you. I mean, I know I got some roots from back over here.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but that's how I put it. If you let's say if a child is born here, that it automatically becomes a citizen of their country, right?
You would think that.
That's what it says.
Yeah, that's what it says. They say a lot of things.
Yeah, so
they say we got the same.
If I'm born here, what am I?
Say we got the same.
And I always say, and they say that to truly be from Africa, that you got to have a tribe.
Y'all gonna joke like this.
So, but learn to distinguish who you are yourself. Distinguish who you are, who people call you, what you answer to.
I like that saying because you just took it out. He says, it's not what they call you, what you answer to. But to have a word to say hate. So what I would love to know what his parents read on that email, on his computer. I would love to know what that was. If it was shocking enough for them to call the police,
yeah.
It seems like he made a threat to do something. And
it wasn't a threat.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a threat anymore. He made
it come true.
But you telling me nobody seen the signs? Nobody seen any behavior differences, any signs, anything like that?
One thing you said, it didn't. That people don't. The only time a change is come is when the people that's not affected outrage, that you'll be able to recognize certain signs, certain things. Look, this. I can call my family member sometimes and talk to them. If they don't sound like, hey, what's wrong with you?
That's right.
Something out of order.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Even if you're a little tired than you normally be when I talk to you, guess what? I'm gonna notice something different about you. There's something different. Now unless that's just a gift that I have that I can notice and try to,
That's what I'm saying.
I like to try to give inspirational speeches to, uplift days and stuff. So that might just be a gift I have. I'm not sure.
I ain't sure either. So we both on the same accord on that. But it's just think that they didn't. His behavior had to. If you hate,
hate is strong.
Hate is a strong word. So if you hate, it shows somewhere on your face and your eyes. What did they say? You can lie with your mouth, but your eyes will tell them.
Right.
So if you hate that, got that much hate on it, it's something in you. It was something for them to send you to get mental evaluation. It was something they seen in you. Your behavior is something.
What was the domestic violence? It doesn't say exactly what it was. agenda or who was against, but it was enough to send him to a mental institution to be checked.
And he should have stayed there. I'm just saying, this could have been avoided if he'd
Probably
stayed.
should have had one of them jackets on.
A straight jacket, that's it. Well, Mr. White, we done knocked another 30 minutes out, another episode of the Faith and Work Hour. It just flies by when you in good conversation. You got a good flow going. But we will be back next week, same time, same place, with yours truly, Anthony Knight.
Christopher White.
Give you the 2 fingers. Peace. We'll see you next week.